Hi, Tim from Canadian Craft Tours here, and today we're talking about who owns who. Choice in the world of craft beer is pretty obvious when you're in your own neighborhood. But among the giant brands of the world, how many beer companies are there really? And who do they own? It seems in the macro level that there are hundreds and hundreds of brands, all competing with each other merrily. But there really isn't as much choice as you might think. By 2020, there were over 20,000 separate beer companies, each of them marketing in 200 different countries, with 90% of them considered craft, producing less than 5,000 hectoliters, or about 1.4 million cans of beer per year. But is there really a choice? It turns out that only 4 companies control more than half of all beer sales worldwide. These companies are Anheuser-Busch InBev, Heineken, Carlsberg, and China Resource Enterprise. I know, right? Have you even heard of that? I hadn't. Anheuser-Busch InBev SA/NV is a merger corporation between Anheuser-Busch and SAB Miller from South Africa. At the time, that merger was the largest in human history, with hundreds of billions of dollars flying around. Anheuser-Busch InBev, or AB InBev, is most closely associated with Budweiser and Bud Light. They also actually control Labatt's, Stella Artois, Alexander Keith's, Beck's, and dozens of others, along with a bunch of craft breweries that they bought during an acquisition spree in the mid-2000s. Heineken, a Dutch company, has 170 odd brands, including the classic Dutch Heineken, the green bottle that was ubiquitous everywhere in the last century. Also Newcastle, Dos Equis, Tiger Beer, etc. Carlsberg, the Danish company, is focused on European beers, with dozens and dozens of brands all across Europe. China Resource Enterprises, you may have never heard of them, but CR Snow controls over 25% of the Chinese market. Of the top 10 beers in the world, 4 of them are Chinese. It's just based on the sheer volume and size of their market. Back to that acquisition spree by the big brewers. In the mid-2000s, they went around buying up craft beer breweries. Their strategy was to try and understand why they were losing so much market share to craft. I don't think it ever occurred to them that making really good beer and selling it for a fair price was an excellent business idea. Nope, they had to go and buy others to figure out what was going on. Initially, promises were made that the breweries themselves would be unchanged. The founders would stay, the beers wouldn't change, nobody would notice anything. That lasted until media scrutiny went away, and then they generally folded all the brewing duties and distribution and marketing of the beers into the major macro corporation, and things were changed irretrievably. That caused a lot of controversy among craft brewers, and we're still seeing fallout of that today. Fortunately for us, we have craft breweries in our neighborhood. You can walk in, meet the people who make your beer, talk with them about it, they're dying to tell you. And you can drink their fresh, delicious beer right in your own neighborhood. So why don't we go there right now and grab a beer? Come on. Tim from Canadian Craft Tours. If you're enjoying these videos, go ahead and pop open that can of beer and click on the like and subscribe. Ding that bell for us, would you? Thanks.